Hi everyone, welcome to class. I am Professor Lane, your instructor for CISC 110, Introduction to Information Systems. This is our course homepage, and as you can see upon entering, the very first thing that I would like you to do is to start here and complete our orientation. So, the thing is that you are inside of that orientation and you are looking at this video. Before we proceed and talk about the expectations of the actual module itself, I want to introduce you to some other elements that are important for your success in completion of this course. First and foremost is our course schedule, and that is located on our course homepage. You can download this file, print it out, and keep it handy because this is going to be your roadmap for the next several weeks. You can see that the work is broken into modules, and you can see for our first week we have 3 modules to complete. And so these are essentially housekeeping items, getting you acclimated with the course and understanding how the activities are going to work, giving you some practice. And then we will get started into our first content with Module 03. Next week, we will stick with one of our 2 textbooks, Visualizing Technology, and you will start and complete the first 3 chapters. All of our work in the Visualizing Technology text, our assessments are going to be in the form of a quiz. So you will have quizzes for each of those chapters in the Visualizing Technology. And you can see that these are every other week we will revisit our Visualizing Technology. In between those, we will spend time learning the different Microsoft Office applications. So at weeks 3 and 4, you will have 2 weeks to complete the 3 chapters, as well as a capstone and a discussion reflection. Right? Please give yourself plenty of time to go through the simulation training. You can expect to spend at least 1 hour completing 1 chapter. And that may or may not be longer than 1 hour, depending upon your skill level in that application. So you do need to give yourself plenty of time. I would highly suggest the first week taking care of all of the training, following week working on the capstone and the reflection, breaking it down that way. And then you can see every application is like that. 2 weeks for learning Microsoft Excel, 2 weeks for PowerPoint, 2 weeks for Microsoft Access. Our final week is our final exam. That assessment is only on your Visualizing Technology text. Also notice when it's available. It will start on Monday at 9 a.m. and it will end on Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that means you can sign in and take the exam anytime within those 4 days. So once the exam starts, you have to complete it. All right. So I do have exam instructions, and they will become available to you. All right. So this is your roadmap for the next several weeks. And again, that file is going to be located right here on your course homepage. So as I mentioned to you, I'd like you to start with the Start Here module. So let's go ahead and open up this page, and this is going to bring you to the very, very top. I am in here as a student, so you can see this is exactly what you see. And so I force you to go through this line by line. All right, so you can't skip anything. You will have to read, and you can see the requirement is just simply viewing these. If there's a task that you must complete, you will see that. Submit, 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 submit. All right. And then finally view. All right. So please go through and read this information. These are important and really will get you acclimated with the course and how it's going to be set up. You can see some of the deliverables in here. We talk about your textbook. We are going to be using Pearson's MyLab. I walk you through on getting yourself set up. I want to see that you've actually done that. You'll introduce yourself to your classmates, and then I give you or ask you to complete an orientation quiz very, very short questions about the orientation itself. This is about the content of the orientation, and this actually is a survey on the survey itself, on the orientation itself in the ease of the orientation. So that just gives me feedback so I can adjust this course as needed as I go along. Once you complete this, all right, the remaining labs or the remaining modules will release. You will note that while this will unlock on September 9th, okay? So that is our first day of class, and module 3 will also unlock. However, if you have not completed the first module, you will not have access to it, all right? So you'll see how those conditions work. So our first week, you are completing module 1, module 2, and module 3. Every module will have an announcement, it will have an overview, and it will list all of your deliverables. So you can see in module 2, here's your announcement, here's an overview of the information and its objectives, and then you can see your assignments that need to be completed. Same thing for module 3. I mentioned to you when I was discussing the weekly schedule, module 3, we are breaking down our text into chapters, all right, so multiple chapters are assigned, chapters 1, 2, and 3. Again, you'll have an announcement, an overview. I've included for you in our module here the audio present PowerPoints, all right. Any of the other resources for learning are going to be in the MyLab Mastering, within MyLab and Mastering, which you're going to access right here. Right, that's how you will access that. Here we scroll down and you can get a little snapshot of what the Word module looks like. Again, you'll have an announcement, you'll have an overview for the first chapter in Word, the audio PowerPoint, and then you'll have links that will bring you to your simulation, and then you'll move on to chapter 2, move on to chapter 3, complete your capstone, which again is you working in the live application, and then completing a reflection on what you've learned. Right, so that's basically how each of how the course is going to be working. Right, so you'll get into a rhythm. If I have an announcement, that would be, you'll see that it'll be posted at the top of your home screen. So if I come back over here, you can see I already have a early welcome, and it will appear actually on your home page at the very, very top. Also on your home page, we have information about the student resources. If we look at our modules, that is referencing this module right here. If you're a Mac user, make sure that you look and read and maybe print out this little tip sheet. If you are looking for some additional activity tips, I have them posted here. Any frequently asked questions, I have linked here. General questions you can post to the discussion forum, or you can send them directly to me. All right. As you can see right at the top, I would like us to use Canvas in terms of communicating. If you are going to communicate outside of that, you can communicate to me through my Bucks email. However, it's more efficient for you to contact me directly through the Canvas inbox. One other thing I'd like to point out to you is our faculty syllabus. This is a departmentally designed syllabus. It brings you out to a different website, and it will open it up. Now, because I'm in here as a student, you can't see this, so let me go ahead and leave my student view, and we have a better idea of what this will look like. All right, so this is your course syllabus. Again, my contact information, description of the course. Here's our course learning goals. This is what you would see out on the master course outline. Here are our materials, which are going to be the MyLab with the Pearson eText, all right, visualizing technology, and Go. So that is our textbook information. Other important information I want to share with you is this video here. If you do not have Microsoft Office installed on your computer, you need to do that. Using the Office 365 version, the web version of Office 365, is not enough to complete your assignments. You must have the downloaded version. In this video, I show you how you can download this application, this suite, this Office Productivity Suite, to your computer. So if you're realizing you don't have the most recent version, this is where you get it. And this is what you need in order to follow along successfully with the simulation training, right? Because it's based off of the most recent version. If you do not have it, you will run into some hiccups, right? It's not an acceptable reason for asking for exceptions. No. This course requires you to have specific software. As a student at Bucks County Community College, you have this for free, so you do not need to purchase it. In order for you to access this, you do need to use your Bucks email, and I explain this in the video. So please go ahead, and if you don't have that installed, please go ahead and install that. So I think I went through just about everything that for our course. If you have any questions, the Canvas inbox is going to be the best way to reach me. Please remember to follow along with the course schedule, right? All of our due dates are going to be Sunday evenings at midnight, 11:59 p.m. If it's late, it's going to incur a 10% daily late penalty. All right, so you have to be mindful of turning your work in on time so that way you get the credit that you earned. The other thing I wanted to mention is, let's see, I went through the syllabus. We talked about the modules, announcements. If you happen to pass the deadline, okay, for an assignment, and you're trying to access through the links that we have here in our modules, we scroll on down. If you click this link, this will bring you directly to the assignment in MyLab. If you're accessing this late, you are going to have to use the link from MyLab and Mastering. Now, what yours looks like when you do this is going to look a little different, but you would simply say open MyLab and Mastering, and then this would open you directly into the publisher's information. All right, so in order to access, you would then say course materials, and then you would locate the content that you're looking for. Okay, so for example, if we were talking about Word Chapter 1, you would open up that folder. Here's a link to the e-text, and here is the links to the training. Okay, so again, you can, if you prefer to work in MyLab doing it that way, that's fine. Just make sure that you see, if you've completed something, that you see the scores reflected in Canvas. Okay, and I also do have instructions for you how to access MyLab and get your materials to get up and running, and that is going to be in our very first module. Okay, so good luck, and again, if you have any questions, just remember the Canvas inbox is the best way to reach me. Thank you very much.